First to South Korea, where 2 people have died in the MERS outbreak there. 2 more people, bringing the death toll now to 9. As of now, there are a total of 108 known to be infected with Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. That outbreak that began 3 weeks ago is the largest outside Saudi Arabia. 3,000 people are quarantined in South Korea now, and nearly 2,500 schools have been closed. But the South Korean Health Ministry and the World Health Organization are urging the government to reopen them, saying schools have not been linked to the transmission of the virus. Here's more of what the Health Ministry had to say today.
We urge those who come into close contact with the infected not to leave the country. People leaving the country happens voluntarily most of the time. Therefore, we at the Health Ministry have obtained a list of those people and given it to the Justice Ministry. However, there are some people who are missing from this list, which means there could be anomalies. These cases could create problems on a national level and could also harm global security.
Well, for more now on the MERS epidemic in South Korea, let's bring in Andrew Salmon in Seoul. Andrew, in addition to that, the South Korean president has canceled her trip to the U.S. over this crisis. Tell us a bit more about reaction from the authorities there.
Yeah, you're quite right. President Park Geun-hye has cancelled a very high-profile trip to meet President Barack Obama. This shows, how seriously she is taking this. But of course, there are political dimensions to this crisis, and the government has been criticized in the past for not responding or not managing crises well. You may recall a couple of months ago, President Park flew out of the country on a state visit the same day as the anniversary of the deadly sinking of the Sewol ferry. So I think she's making very, very clear to the public that this time she will stay here, keep her hands firmly on the helm and manage this particular crisis.
Now, Andrew, given that, what is the feeling on the street of people there in South Korea? Here we have the government saying not to panic. We could see the end of the crisis within a week. Is that what people are really feeling on the ground?
I think people here, I wouldn't say there's panic. I've seen no sign of panic. There is fear. People in the offices are talking about it. If you take public transport, for example, you'll see a lot of people wearing some surgical masks, dust masks, which is believed to perhaps keep this disease at bay. I was down in Gangnam last night, a very buzzy kind of Seoul usually, and very, very quiet. Went into one bar. Me and my friend were the only people there. We said to the barman, what's going on? He just said one word: this is MERS. So people are worried. Seoul is unusually quiet for this time of year. But as I said, I don't think there's really any panic as yet. Where there may be real fear, of course, is in the 29 hospitals, which have been named as the incubators of this disease around the country. And I think if I'd been in hospital, I might be a bit worried. But people are being warned, if possible, stay away from hospitals, refrain from visiting relatives who may be there. But if that's done, there seems to be no real risk in, say, schools or outside hospitals and on the streets.